And we're live. I think we're live. Yes.
Yep. Hey, Bottle.
Hi there. Hi there. It's the Bottle here tonight on a Saturday night. We're coming in a little early because of all these technical difficulties sometime with this Zoom and Facebook. I don't know who to blame. Just like USA and China, you know, everybody's got to blame each other. I don't do that. The Bottle doesn't do that. This Bottle doesn't do that. There's plenty of bottles behaving badly doing that, pointing the finger at each other. So I'm not pointing the finger at Facebook or Zoom and saying who's screwing up our stream. Do I, wife of Can?
You don't know. You're behaving, Bottle.
Thank you. I mean, I wish my Bottle babes would come to my bottle lair here. I've been all alone for a month and a half or so, and then I could behave very badly.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no. Anyway, folks, thanks for tuning in. Thank you, wife of Can. I'm even though you're married to the Can, I still enjoy having you on.
Thanks for having me, Bottle.
What are we doing tonight, wife of Can? Tell the audience.
We're going to be baking some brown sugar ale cookies with a can of Sierra Nevada.
Wow. Okay. A bottle would have been better. You know, this is a bottle show. I mean, you know, but you know, you are the wife of Can. I'll let you slide. I would only let you slide. You know that.
Yeah, we only have cans here anyway.
Right, right. So this is something that people can do at home pretty easily, because this is what it's all about, to sort of lock down people. And some people consider it a lockdown. It's against their constitutional rights or whatever. Hey, look, I can go anywhere the Bottle wants, but I choose to stay in because I'm trying to do the right thing for others too, not just myself. I know a lot of people are desperate right now with work, and that's scaring people. I get all that. But to go out and party, where look, the Bottle loves to party. I'm the life of the party. You drink out of me, people. Even I'm not going out. Go ahead. Don't get me on my bottle box. Go ahead there. I'm sorry, wife of Can. I hate to do this to my guests, but I'm really in a mood tonight because I haven't had any Bottle babes over for a month and a half. You know, I got to relieve some tension.
Well, you might have to bake them these brown sugar ale cookies.
That'll get me some, score me some points. Maybe that'll lure them in, you think?
I think so.
We'll think about it because I'm still trying to do the right thing. I'm restraining. This bottle is restraining.
Are the Bottle babes going to see you soon?
I hope so. I've Zoomed with them a couple times. You know, they blew me kisses. They do what they can. I mean, they are good Bottle babes, but
yeah,
you know, we'll see. Hopefully they're not cheating on me out there with a can.
You never know. They could have turned to the other side.
I know. People do that. You know, so that's what millennials did. They turned to the other side, and all these breweries, these craft brewers, putting it in a can.
There you go.
Anyhow, so look, folks, we're going to get to Bottles behaving badly in a minute. We're going to start off with wife of Can. She's going to show us the ingredients it's going to take and things like that. So the people tuning in, we will post this recipe in the comment section. So please comment and join us right now. We've got people.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Bottles and be free. Yeah, thank you. Okay,
all right.
Sorry. Let's start again. Start with the recipe.
All right, so you need a mixing bowl.
It's glass, of course, people.
No absolutely.
None of those metal bowls. None of those metal mixing bowls, just glass.
Well, I chose not to use a stainless steel bowl because it would have made too much noise. So
that's fine. Very good. Yeah, just like the Can normally does if he would talk, but he's not talking right now, folks. He still isn't. Go ahead.
You're gonna see a lot of glass tonight. Bottles.
I like that. That I like.
Yeah. All right. So you want me to turn the camera around so you can see what's going on?
What the ingredients are. Let's show our audience. You know, we are providing a service to our audience.
Absolutely. Okay. Here we go. So you're going to need 3/4 cup. I'm using plant butter here, and you need it a little bit softened, not like right out of the refrigerator, but maybe a few minutes on the counter. And then the star ingredient of these cookies is brown sugar. So you could use light brown sugar or dark brown sugar. That's going in. You see all the glass bottle? All right, and then
I
the
see
next,
it.
yeah, all right, next is a half teaspoon of vanilla extract. And I'm gonna add the cinnamon in now. And this is a half teaspoon of ground cinnamon.
Excellent.
All right, I'm gonna start mixing this.
Okay, it might get noisy, right?
Absolutely,
Oh,
it'll
ready.
get noisy. Ready?
Yes. She may have muted the for your own sanity, so it's done grinding away while she's mixing up these delicious Sierra Nevada brown sugar cookies. So folks, I'm going to talk a little bit about, we're going to be reviewing a beer tonight from Be Here Brewery in Avondale, Pennsylvania. I'm very excited about this. This is my first time drinking any Be Here since we've been sort of in this quarantine. And so I'm going to be reviewing that tonight, folks. So they are a great brewery. They just opened up a few months back, and I've had the pleasure of going in and enjoying a variety of their beers. What I really like about their beers is, you know, the bottle is starting to get IPA'd out. I mean, a lot of places do IPAs, and that's fine. But I like the fact that they have a red beer, and they have a Dunkel, which is the one that I'm going to be reviewing tonight, as a lager. I mean, they have you go to some breweries and they're mostly IPAs. To some of these breweries, they really are, or sours, and a lot of very, what I would call fancy beers. I'm 15th century. I'm a little old school. I like some of the, the basics too. I've been around a long time, this bottle. So, but Be Here has a nice variety for everyone, and that's what I really like. And I think they're some of the most delicious beer around, and they're really not just getting sort of their feet wet, so to speak, and especially with this thing happening, it's really a shame because people can't go in there and enjoy the beer there. But you can enjoy the beer to go. They have pickup and a sort of drive-through. They come out with masks and gloves, and they sanitize their bottles, as everybody should sanitize your bottle. I sanitize my bottle about every night. You know what I'm saying? But they're doing a really good job with, trying to be respectful of people's social distancing and stuff. Some people don't care. I mean, there's people now that are just loosening up, especially with the states. But in Pennsylvania and Delaware, around that area, it's still kind of tight. Remember, we're in the East Coast, so there is a lot of people with a lot of everybody sort of stepping on each other. So there's going to be a lot more caution here than some other states. The debate goes on. It's really wild right now. But we'll get back to Be Here Brewing from Avondale, and we're going to review their beer a little bit later. But let's get back to the Wife of Can. Wife of Can, can you hear me? She's making Sierra Nevada in a can, unfortunately, but she's using that for these cookies.
Hey, Bottle. Hey, everyone. All right, so I'm going to be using a 1/3 cup of ale. And I'm using the Sierra Nevada in a can.
You don't have to keep rubbing it in,
All right.
Proceed.
Can condition. It says.
Do I hear mumbling again? Is that the can, or is that your parrot talking? I know you have a parrot.
It could have been a
can talking yet? Because my audience would like to know.
It's a parrot.
I knew it.
All right, so here is something that's pretty incredible. This is called aquafaba, and it's the bean juice out of a can of chickpeas.
So is that a fancy name for chickpea juice, or how's that?
Yeah, it is, and you can use it to replace eggs in recipes. So this is 2 tablespoons of bean juice.
So in case that you either don't have eggs or you don't eat eggs. I know the wife of Can does a vegan style, but if you're not a vegan and you use, different things, different products, that'll work too. Go ahead.
All right, here's 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. Just throwing everything in. All right, here is a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. And then here's 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm gonna slowly add that in. All right, here comes the noise.
That's not too bad for me. I can't hear. Well, I don't know if you're hearing it really, the mixer being or not. She's doing her best not to do it. These are Sierra Nevada brown sugar ale cookies, I believe. So these should be delicious. Now, I've tasted a lot of the wife of Can's food, and it's very delicious. She does a full vegan, but that scares a lot of people. It's really a lot of plant-based stuff. I like it. The bottle likes that kind of thing, although I still eat a little bit of other products, the traditional products, and I know a lot of people watching still do too. So a lot of this can be modified to your lifestyle, we'll say. The bottle does not judge. Wife of Can, what's next? Amara says the noise is kind of relaxing from here. I guess it's kind of like a white noise to people. So they're settling in, wife of Can. How about that?
That's cool. That's cool. It's like like an evening lullaby or like white noise, right?
Right.
All right, who wants the beaters? Because someone's gonna claim them.
Somebody got to lick this. Can we mail those to one of our viewers?
Sure. All right.
I would be there, all over those, wife of Can, because I've got a sweet tooth. The bottle has a sweet tooth.
They're really good. Brown sugar's great.
So what's next? What's happening now?
All right, so now I'm gonna just use a cookie scoop here. You could use a spoon if you want. And what this does is it just plops the dough out. So this is an 1.5 inch diameter scoop. So I'm gonna just keep scooping while you talk, Bottle.
Okay, well, let's get to our first bottle behaving badly tonight. I know people who are just tuning in, it's bottle versus can. If you haven't been part of the show before, the bottle I've ruled since the 15th century in the beer world. And the can in 1935 came on and started to be a bit of a thorn in my side. And then craft brewers started putting it in the can, because millennials want can. That's all they want. Go figure. First female brewer since Prohibition. We will be at Carol's in August, hopefully, if all goes well. For Carol's last call, she'll be retiring, and we're going to show Beer Can: A Love Story, the movie there. We have a slew of other events that are still up in the air, that we want to show our movie. So stay tuned for that. I know some of you are eagerly waiting the movie. But bottle versus can. There's bottles tend to have certain characteristics. Bottles are confident. Sometimes people would say cocky, loud, obnoxious. They think only of themselves. They're self-absorbed and maybe take advantage of people from time to time. Maybe some bottles in your life. Maybe you are one of them. Now, there are certain bottles in the world. A lot of them are celebrities, politicians, and sports figures that are very, very high on the bottle sort of tendencies. So there are bottles behaving badly many, many times because a lot of them just need the attention or they're trying to take advantage of people. This bottle, meaning me, I am the ultimate bottle. And I am right in the middle. I tend to be more of a people person, like a can, unlike many bottles who, are sort of claiming to be cans, but they're or they're claiming to be cans, but they are bottles and cans clothing. So, they go out like they're going to help the world and help the universe and do these things. And cans do that. The true cans are the salt of the earth. They help chickens and ducks and alligators across the road. Whatever they do, they care about the environment. They care about people. They are sort of the EMTs of the world and the people working in the hospitals. They are cans of the world. Now, maybe you're one of them, or maybe you know some of those people. So bottles and cans sometimes clash, these personalities. And in the beer world, this bottle and that can that's somewhere in that house with the wifey can, we clash all the time. But guess what? We have to coexist in the beer world. So what we're saying is, why not everybody coexist in the real world? So the whole thing is the president is the claiming, or somebody's claiming that he's the supreme bottle. This guy's a poser to me because I'm the bottle. I'm the supreme bottle. This guy just wants all the attention. So this supreme bottle has made some real bottle moves with some of the things that have been said and done and stuff like that. So he's under some fire, and it's making me look bad as the real bottle here. Okay, so let's talk about Luke Bryan in Florida. This guy that won American Idol. If you haven't heard, he opened up for business, full business, basically. Cigar bar he has down there, and on the Panhandle, I believe, and did a crawfish and karaoke night. And some people are claiming that it was a ruse that to say that he was some sort of restaurant when from the news says he is not. And of course, they were practicing zero social distancing. And, it really is sort of, that's a bottle behaving badly because, look, you may not agree with everything. You may say it's our right and this and that. Well, if you want to help out humanity and you would try to just do your part. And this is not it. Everybody's hurting for money right now. You think the bottle's in my lair has zero business coming in. The bottle's self-employed. Okay, there's people using me, putting their beer in me and stuff like that, but I'm not getting any residuals off of that. I'm riding this wave out because I've been riding this wave since the 15th century, folks. You got to just do the right thing. But the right thing to some people is looking out for their own, looking out for themselves, survival of the fittest, and it's the me generation. You could be a carrier, remember that. I've carried a lot of diseases inside of me, okay? Ask my bottle babes. They all had to get tested. Anyway, that's a bottle behaving badly. That guy, okay? You could have waited another month. I'm sure you're probably okay. They want to open up. Now, I agree with the can. The can sends me these things. I don't always agree with the can, but I agree on that one with the can. That's a bottle behaving badly. Some bottles don't always behave badly. I don't always agree with the can. That time I am. I'll tell you when I disagree. I'll tell you when I agree. Back to the wife of can. Those cookies are looking like they're ready to go in the oven.
You are right, bottle. So I'm going to put these in the oven for about 12 minutes. Sometimes they take 10. We'll go for 12 tonight.
Okay, 12 minutes. Great. Then we're going to see them on the way out.
Yep.
When we're doing this. That's awesome. Anything else we should know about these cookies before they go in the oven?
Nope. Just get your beers ready.
Sounds good.
Come out.
While you're at it, throw your husband in that oven too.
All right.
He needs to bake a little bit.
I wonder what temperature.
Baked all the way through up here. I'm just telling you right now. Hey, I know you married him and you married him because you want him to change. Throw him in the oven. Bake that guy for a little bit.
All right. I'll put the can in. I'll put the can in.
If you haven't heard, I'll be reviewing Be Here Brewing. They're in Avondale, Pennsylvania. They've just opened up within the last year, and they're trying to do what they can to stay afloat during this thing. And they have takeout. And I got to tell you, I went in there a few times because, the bottle lives in the area now in an undisclosed location. This is my bottle there, my basement. I have no people with me right now. My bottle babes aren't coming in, haven't. but I've been to this Avondale brewery several times, and I got to tell you, it's some of the best beer I've had in a while. And here's the reason: they keep it simple. They don't get too complicated, from what I taste anyway. And a lot of breweries try a little bit too hard, and they're trying to do too many things. You got to have some basics, and I think, for my taste anyway, they've got it going on pretty well. So I like the fact that there's a lot of maltiness to a lot of their beers, and although they do a light lager, and they do those, and they do IPAs and things like that, they do everything from what I see with their menu, but they have a nice variety. You go to some places and they're heavy laden on the IPAs or the sours. That's not for everybody. Now, for beer snobs, and there are some beer snobs out there, trust me, I know a lot of these people on the bottle. I've been around for a long time. They might say, well, that's not for me. Well, you know, you can be special. That's the only thing about the beer world. I got to deal with beer snobs all the time. It's just a little bit unsettling. I'm going to crack this growler. Now, as wife of Cam will tell you, the crowlers have been coming out where the can just had to come in on my turf and get these crowlers where these, you know, these craft brewers now, which I'm still upset about. I'm waiting for cash, apologies, cars, and women from these people. They're making a ton of money. You know, after they rode with me for many, many years, and suddenly, I mean, even Dogfish went into cans, and this guy fought, kicking and screaming until he had to go into them, and even he went. Oh, good old Sam. So all I'll say is that here it is, and I'm going to crack this baby, and I have to admit that I already did and already drank one. So I'm going to pour one as best I can and do it in front of you. And you're going to love what you see here, folks. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know if this is the right glass, but I'm going to try to pour the perfect pint. I wouldn't say that's perfect, but it looks damn good to me. Here it is. Look at that baby. Look at the color on that baby, right? This is a German-style Dunkel, okay? Uncle Dunkel, that's what they should call it. Anyway, it's made with California common yeast. Whatever that means, I'm not really sure. To make it subtly sweet and clean drinking. Now, I've had this before. I've had this several times, so I wanted to share it with you because I really enjoyed this beer. It's one of my favorites. But, you know, when you pour it in a glass, you can smell, from what I hear from Joe from Delaware Brew Trails, is that, you know, you can get a better aroma when you pour it into a glass than when it's bottled up or in a can. So it's just a beautiful beer. It's got a great color to it. It's dark, but not too dark. It's a Dunkel of German. I don't know if that's a good German accent, but that's me. Here we go. Let's see how it tastes. I gotta say, to me, it's just, it's strange. I'll tell you about this one. About this beer. It's delicious, number one. It has more of a clean finish, and a lot of times you taste, especially with IPAs and stuff, more of a finish, and that's when it really hits you, with the flavors hit you, and not even just IPAs. This one hits you on the front, and the back end's just sort of this clean, sort of, it's going down. I'm going to try it again and make sure that wasn't a false alarm, because I like drinking this. I'll try it as many times as you'll let me. Yeah, it's strange. I taste it sort of right away when it hits me on the palate, and then it goes down, and it's really a great clean, like they say, it's a clean drinking Dunkel. Now I haven't tried a lot of Dunkels. They poured a few Dunkels in me over the years, but I didn't always taste them. I was a little bit scared. This one I like. This is from Be Here Brewing. Look them up on the internet. Look them up on Facebook right here. If you're around the Avondale area, if you can make a trip and you're in the Pennsylvania, the Chester County area or whatever, slide on over. You can pay online first. You can go there, however you want to do it. I went online, paid for it, and then went in there and I slid them a few bucks. And I would encourage other people to do the same. You know, bartenders aren't working nowadays, so they're not making as much money or any money for that matter. So help them out if you can. So don't be a cheapskate. Dig down deep, folks. I know we're all hurting, but not everybody's hurting. Trust me, there's a lot of people making money. I know some of those bottles. They are bottles, and they're not behaving badly. I'm all for making money. The bottle likes that, right? But not at the price of others, you know, demise. Anywho, so wonderful beer from B here. Let's get back to the wife. How's it coming? You said about 12 minutes. I've been flapping here for about 8.
Hey, let's go check it out in the oven.
All right. Now, for people just tuning in, these are Sierra Nevada brown sugar cookies, sugar ale. Wow, they're starting to rise a little bit. Look at those things.
Yeah.
They look like little nuggets when you first scooped it out.
Yep. And you know what's good about those cookie scoops is everything is uniform. So this recipe makes 2 dozen, and we've got 6 minutes left in the oven bottle.
That's great. They look delicious already. They look, well, I was going to say, they look like they're perfectly formed. So you had a little scoop that just made it nice and consistent. That's great.
Yep, look. These are delicious.
Well, you know, a can is more form than function anyway. Bottle's more about function than form. I don't care. I got stuff laying all over my place, and, you know, I wear the same clothes for a month, you know, but you really have the detail going down.
It's really good. And I think a lot of folks are going to be able to make these cookies too.
That's it, folks. So for people that maybe thought you could never bake, or if you're home and you're bored, there's nothing more fun than cooking or baking. The bottle has done it from time to time. And you can do this with practically the things that you probably have laying around in your house. Isn't that right, wife of Can?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I showed an egg replacer too. So they can use, I use 2 tablespoons of bean juice out of a can of beans.
Can of beans, right?
Can.
Of course.
That's how the cookie
That's
crumbles.
the only thing, quite frankly, it's the only thing I think should be in can is beans. Because that's about, you know, sums it up. A can of beans is perfect. Other things should all be bottles or glass. I'm sorry, wife of Can, no offense. I know you married this Can. I know you love him. He takes care of you, does things for you, but, you know, can of beans. So you can use chickpea juice, basically, in lieu of an egg if you don't have eggs, or for some reason you don't eat eggs.
Yeah, you could use white beans, like Great Northern beans, cannellini beans.
Well, thank you, Bob. Bob just noted that California common yeast is a lager yeast that ferments well at ale temperatures. That sounds like a brewer if I ever heard one. So tell me ale temperatures. What's that mean, Bob? Hit me again. Let me explain that a little further.
I'd love to hear that.
But those cookies would pair perfectly with the Dunkel from Mara at Be Here. So you got to go in and see them when you can. Hopefully they'll be open soon for business as far as sit-in. But right now they also have some other things that are going to be going on tap. If they're not already on tap, just check in with them. Make sure you like them on Facebook or sign up for their newsletter or whatever there is. There's 2 new beers coming out. There's a Summer Fest. It's similar to the Winter Fest, an IPL, if that's correct. So they're coming out with a couple new beers, and also they have a chicken parm sandwich. Now they've got some pretty good food there. I've had it. There's a mushroom, sort of a mushroom cheesesteak type thing with, of course, Kennett Square mushrooms. I believe, I don't know exactly where they get them from, but Kennett Square is the mushroom capital of the world. So I'm assuming they're from there. They better be getting them local. Be Here. If not, you're in big trouble. I'm sure they're buying local. So again, it's really a great beer, this Dunkel with the California common yeast. And wife of Can. What are you drinking there? Are you drinking that Sierra Nevada?
I am. Yeah. I
So
hope
how
it's
much
not
did you use
distracted
for the
by the
cookies?
can moving.
How much did you use for the cookies for people who don't know?
A third of a cup. So that it's perfect because then you can have beer to drink. You know, there's beer left over to drink with your cookies.
Okay. Okay. So how's the Sierra Nevada in a can? You can review that. Why not?
All right. Well, let's check the label. It says can conditioned. So we'll start out by that. I love Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. It goes down easy. And I've only used this really for these cookies, but there's a bunch of other ales you could use for the cookies. Yeah, and I think I heard whatever's ailing you.
Oh, well, I don't know. I hear that mumbling, and I keep thinking it's the parrot. But Bassiani from Avondale is the mushrooms they use. Aren't they the can's cousins?
They're very.
All the Italians are almost related.
The can, folks. We hear the can actually talking a little bit. It's mumbling and muffled through the mask that he has on. He's got to be having a mask on. But guess what, folks? This is exclusive. The can is talking somewhat. We're hearing mumbling. The can hasn't spoken in months.
But he is filtered though.
He is filtered as he should be. He should be censored.
Yeah, he has a hemp mask on.
Okay, new from Bob. Ales typically ferment at 62 to 70 degrees. Lagers at 50 to 58. The California common yeast has a clean lager profile. There you have it, folks. That's from Bob. And he's the brewer, I believe. Is that correct? Mara? I'm not sure. I don't know everybody in the beer world. They use me a lot, though, don't they? When they need something, when they need a container. So how are we? We're getting close on those cookies, right?
Yeah. All right, let me take you back over.
Let me get you another bottle behaving badly before you do that. Let's look at that, though, first. They're getting close, folks. These are brown sugar ale cookies with Sierra Nevada beer in them. Okay, while I'm drinking the perfect complement, which is a Dunkel beer from Be Here Brewery in Avondale.
Can you hear that dinger timer?
Yeah, does that mean they're ready?
Yep.
That's wonderful. Owner and head brewer Bob Nab. And thank you, Bob, for tuning in. We'd like to have you on the show at some point talking beer, and we'll get all the beer nerds on, okay? I ain't got nothing against beer nerds, folks. I don't, okay? But they are nerds. I know some of them. I'm good friends with some of them. Trust me. A lot of them use me all the time and have for many years to drink their beer out of. And they're growlers. This is my grandpa, this growler, even though it came after me, the 15th century, kind of my grandpa because it's a big daddy. We call it Big Daddy. Kalai from Wilmington's in. Bob Rock, says Denise. That's good. We got a lot of good action happening here on the show. We got Be Here Brewing that are tuning in right now. We're drinking their Dunkel beer for people just tuning in. It's delicious, folks. I give it a 4 to 5 bottles. That's my biggest review ever. I'm pushing 4.5 bottles. I won't give you a 5, Bob, unless you pay me off. Then you might get a 5. I have no problem saying that. Bottle wants to get paid by these craft brewers because they've been using me for years, and finally, a lot of them putting it in a can. What am I getting out of this? Nothing. I got this show. What do you got there? Show me that.
Hey, Bottle. The can just gave me, it's a King Gambrinus sighting.
King Gambrinus. Oh, this is like kryptonite to me. You realize this.
I'm sorry. I can't help with the can.
While I turn my head. While I turn my head, explain this to the audience, to the people that want to know what this can is.
Brewed and packed by Diamond State Brewery Incorporated, Wilmington, Delaware. Keg lined.
Isn't that just wonderful?
Raise the king. With John Metcalf Jr.
I like John. I like John. Did John have anything to do with this? Because he'll never be on the show again. Trust me. I had him
No,
on the show a couple
no, he
weeks
didn't.
ago.
It was the can. Can is bringing out his can collection bottle, an audience.
He has to do this to me. He always has to rub my nose in it, doesn't he? This is my show. Anyway, folks, how those cookies are? Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Kruger! Folks,
Can says this
Kruger.
is the hybrid.
This Kruger was the star of it all. This was the start of it all. It's like the Antichrist.
It's always nice to have Kruger on ice.
Looks like an oil can or something you lube your car up with. Peasants. All right, folks, we're going to get to another bottle behaving badly. Tesla, can you believe this? Check out this dude. He makes a comment, the big wig at Tesla, Musk, that he thinks the stock is overpriced. He thinks the stock is overpriced. He dropped 14 billion in a day. Like that. Bottle behaving badly. Some bottles don't know when to keep their mouth shut and when to talk. And that makes them a fool. Watch Mississippi Burning for that one. This wonderful Dunkel beer, though, this bottle loves it. From Be Here Brewing. Are these things ready to be eaten? These cookies?
What'd you say, bottle?
Are they ready to be eaten? Are they cooling right now, or what's going on?
I'm going to take them out now, and then they have to cool a little bit. Then I'll take them off the parchment paper.
Put them on the rack, okay?
Oh.
The can has a prediction about bottle and cork. Now, I know Alex, oh, you are Mrs. K. Was that at, oh.
That's at the Chelsea Tavern.
Chelsea Tavern, our friends at Chelsea Tavern in Wilmington, Delaware. They had the wife of Can there, and the bottle was there, and a bottle babe who claimed to be the bottle wife, although I will deny that because it's just not true. But this woman was there with me, and they put wife of bottle on her name tag, and I was a little bit, kind of thrown by that. But it was a wonderful dinner. They showed the movie. We had some beer industry people there, and they loved the movie. Tom, what's up? Tom from Chicago. I haven't seen you, Tom, in 20 years, but he's on Facebook, and hopefully you're tuning in. And if you get to the East Coast, Tom, look up the bottle, please. Love to see you, and we'll go to Be Here Brewing and get some good old beer there. Look at those things. They flattened out nicely like real cookies. I thought they were going to be like little nuggets, the way they were. Then they just flatten out. Is that what happens? They do.
Yeah, that's what happens.
The opposite of a cake.
All right, the can is very active tonight. I apologize.
Active in what way? Is he touching you?
No, but he's touching his cans, and he just touched this little bottle, which is a salt and pepper shaker, and it's Stokel, again, select beer, King Gambrinus.
So of course that he picks the tiniest bottle. That's bad for my image. Do you realize that? This is another dig at the bottle. Puts this little
And this is the scale
bottle on there. Not like this bottle from Be Here Brewing. Granddaddy, the godfather of them all. I'm going to drink right from this growler. How's that? That'll show you, Can. So these cookies look delicious, folks that are just tuning in. They are Sierra Nevada brown sugar ale cookies with about a third of a cup of the Sierra Nevada from a can. We'll have to live with that, I guess. Wife of Can, tell us a little bit more about the cookies or what people can do with just ingredients laying around the house. We did flatbread pizzas last week. We did bread the week before. The Wife of Can comes on every week.
Yeah. Excuse me. So these cookies are really easy to use or to make, and you only need to use a third cup of an ale. And it doesn't have to be an ale. You could use your favorite beer. And these are brown sugar ale cookies. And they're really good. And right now they're cooling down. Oh, actually, look. You grab it.
And they're going to go great with the Dunkel. So I'm going to make sure that you put some of those aside for me. And so I'll have them with my Dunkel beer. If you can get them to me by tomorrow, because this Dunkel might be gone. And you have to really drink it in a day or two. You can't keep these beers don't have preservatives and things like that maybe others do. So you really want to drink it while it's fresh.
Should I contact the bottle babes? Maybe they could drop them off.
Please do. Tell them that they got to come here because I'm lonely.
All right.
So Elon needs a handler, and that's talking about the Tesla guy. Denise says he needs tweet privileges removed because he's screwing himself every time he tweets. About $14 billion worth just like in the last 24 hours. Crazy. I mean, people that are losing money right now can't control themselves. I mean, it's one if the everyday person is out there, protesting for their rights. The bottle understands that. People are desperate. People are scared. What's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to my family? I get that. Some people aren't though. Some people, I don't know about the billionaires of the world, but that makes them crazy. They're like this because they're all about the dollars, right? But people that are out like jumping around at bars and stuff like that and doing karaoke down in Florida at the Panhandle, and then maybe they're carriers and going where there's lots of elderly people. And I wonder if they talked to their grandmother or their mother or grandfathers recently or not. People just aren't thinking about others, thinking about themselves. I get it. The bottle sees it all. Big picture. I don't take a side here. But what I'm telling you, though, is you have to be very careful. You just can't be haphazard about it. Even if you're going to fight for your rights to get out, at least, think about your fellow man and woman and child and old person. And me, 15th century. Could you imagine me out there? What could happen to me? I'm old. Don't get me on my bottle box. Now, tell me about the cookies. When are you going to eat one?
I'm gonna eat one probably after you're done because they're really hot right now.
Really?
Yep.
See, I'd be shoving that thing in my mouth because I have no control. I'd be eating it quickly. And I know a lot of people that don't. Anyway, Brazil, there's more deaths in Brazil than China now, and they're doing nothing with social distancing. And those people like to party down in Brazil. You think about, some of those things, those carnivals or whatever they have, and there's people rubbing bodies all the time down there. They like that kind of thing. And apparently the big cheese down there is doing nothing really to encourage the opposite. So it is what it is, folks. We're going to have a lot of carnage from this. And hopefully we'll survive here in the beer world. And the real world will have to do some other, make some other concessions. We'll see what happens within the next 6 months to a year. Folks, whatever you decide to do, we love you. The bottle loves you anyway. I can't say we. I'm sure the can does too. I've known the can for many years. And despite our differences, we do coexist and we care about people. So, but really look out for others too, not just yourself, because if you're looking out for others, I'm sure you're going to be looking out for yourself too. But if you don't, you may find yourself in a heap of trouble. Just saying it. All right, I want to thank Be Here Brewing for this delicious beer. Please go to their website or sign up on Facebook or whatever. And if you're around the Pennsylvania, Southern Chester County area, stop in or go online and buy a growler. They have food and everything for takeout, and they really are practicing the cleanliness. They're wiping down their bottles and sanitizing the bottles, and they come out with masks and gloves on. I mean, they're really trying to do the right thing. It's not haphazard like some places you go to. So I would highly recommend that you check them out. And Mara and them are posting right now. And I want to know, where's Kathy from Canada? Is she on? I didn't see her I see her. She posted on the bottle's wall, and she's really talking about assault rifles. So I'm sorry. Hopefully you're there. We'd love to see you again. Some parting shots. We're about to wrap it up for this evening. I want you to think about us when we post again and tune in again. We try to have interesting things and have fun, and if you have businesses or something that need some help, the bottle and can are both happy to try to promote you. So please spread that small businesses to your friends and your fellow competition even. Competition is good. Bottle and can will tell you that. A lot of people get very scared, like, you're going to promote that? It's a conflict. No, it's not. You got to work together. Collaborations are going to get small businesses by. Trust me. This bottle has been in small business for 20 years, and I've had to collaborate with my competition sometimes. It's a good thing. Competition is good, okay? Unlike what people think. Now, if you're big business that wants to hog everything, which they do, get all the loans that were supposed to be for small businesses, that's just the way they are. That's in their DNA. But the small businesses like us have to work together and collaborate. So get those people to call the bottle here, or send me a text or send me a note and say, hey, I want to be on the Bottle and Can show. And guess what? We'll talk about getting them on, because we want to help promote this. Right, wife of Can?
That's right, Bottle. So you were mentioning about promoting businesses. So we went to the Chelsea Tavern for it was like a beer pairing dinner. It was amazing. So I would definitely support the Chelsea Tavern during this time.
Yes, we love Joe Van Horn. We filmed some in the movie, the beer can of love story, although it should have been called Bottle World. I don't know why he got top billing and not me. But nonetheless, Joe's been great. He's had us there many times. And really, if you're in the Wilmington area, he's doing takeout. I'm not sure. I think they're even in Delaware doing some takeout beer with a lot of the restaurants and stuff like that. You'll have to contact them. I'm not quite sure. I'm up in Pennsylvania. My hair's coming through because I have a mullet now underneath this. And we're going to have a best mullet contest in the next couple months, as people who haven't cut their hair, and you'll win valuable prizes. So let's look and watch for that. Wife of Can, I want to thank you. Final words?
Yeah, final words is these are really good. Make them. Tag us if you make them. Comment if you make them. And they're chewy. I'm going to open one up.
Oh, please do. Do you think you could eat it?
Absolutely.
A bite, and give us the flavor, how they turned out, what they're like. I'm interested in the beer, the Sierra Nevada.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. They have a crunchy top.
Okay.
From all the sugar that's in it. There's a hint of the ale in it.
Not too much.
Not too much. They're balanced.
Fair and balanced, just like this news, brews, and other nonsense. Our station here is fair and balanced, unlike that other one. Even though I don't care, I like Republicans and Democrats. I like it all. Unfortunately, they don't like each other. They got to learn from the bottle.
So the beer, when you pair the cookies with the beer, it brings out the sweetness. So it's an interesting combination. It's good.
I think it would be interesting. You got Sierra Nevada in the beer to drink one of these Dunkels I just got the feeling that this Dunkel beer with just the sweetness of that would be great with that cookie. Just like Mara said and that's just not trying to promote him. I can't wait to drink that and try that. Thank you, wife of Can.
Thanks for having me tonight.
Well, hopefully we'll have you next week doing something else, some kind of cooking or something like that, some kind of household thing. That's what the wife of Can does. Folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Please comment. Please like us on Facebook, Beer Can, a Love Story. Tell all your friends. Share this video. Please do that now. and have no fear. The bottle is here. Fight the boredom. You can do that by making your own cookies and flatbread pizzas and stuff at home if you are home. If you have to go out, we understand. We know this is a crazy time. I don't judge anybody that goes out and marches on a parade, although do it safely and think about other people when you're doing it. Don't be some bold a-hole just breathing on people, thinking that you can do whatever you want. That's just rude. Bottles is not like rude people, okay? Because when the chips are down, the bottle is around. Good night, folks. Good night, wife of Can.
Good night, Bottle. Good night, everyone.